Welcome back. It is 6:41 on your Friday morning. Well, Dave certainly had an interesting week. The guy who's talked about car accidents and injuries for years on the show got hurt in a car accident. Thankfully, he is okay, but since it is still fresh in his mind, figured this would be a good time to tackle that subject. Attorney David Betras still standing, and he is here for Legally Speaking. First off, I'm glad to hear you're okay.
It was a bad accident. My car was totaled. All the airbags went off, and it was quite a harrowing experience. I work a lot out of my car, so I had 2 briefcases in there. One briefcase was open. I had just left the Board of Elections for a meeting. I'm traveling down Woodland in Youngstown. Some guy just blew through a red light, and it was a bad crash. I remember, I lost consciousness for a little bit of time, and I got out, and before I know it, the police are there, the fire are there, the ambulance are there, and they're trying to move me into the ambulance. And I'm like, look, am I bleeding? I'm touching my head. I hit my head. Am I bleeding anywhere? I'm standing. And I go, look, none of you are going to touch me till those files in my car are secured. That's client confidential information. So I got my car, threw all my client files in there, and they said, now can we take you in? I go, only if those briefcases go in that ambulance with me. It's the only way I'm getting in the ambulance. Once I got in the ambulance, I said, do what you got to do to me now. With a collar on me, and they put all those things on me, and they rushed me to an emergency room. I was probably in there till 10 or 11 that night, and then I had to be in federal court in the morning. And even now, I'm in a lot of pain, but I won't take any pain pills. I have the type of job as long as I'm playing wound. How do they say it in sports?
Playing hurt or whatever?
Playing hurt. I'm playing hurt.
That's all right.
That's all right.
We're all on the day-to-day list.
But what I'm going to tell people is this. This was a good experience for you to go through. These fugazi companies that called me at 7:45 the next morning saying they're from the American Accident Institute. We want to get you help. I go, what kind of help? Oh, medical help, legal help. I go, it's 7:45 in the morning. I go, you're just going to send me my police report for free? They go, yeah. I go, you don't make any money for that? And they go, oh, no. I go, there's companies paying out you to get this, to do this, to solicit me. So I want to tell everyone out there, if you're in an accident, don't fall for people that call you. They don't care about your health. First of all, take care of your health. There's plenty of good lawyers in town. Me and my firm included one of them. You don't have to fall for these people that call you and pretend like they're offering you help. I had 4 calls before 8 o'clock in the morning.
Unreal.
And they were calling from like fake companies like, oh, we're from the American Institute of Research for Automobile Accidents. And I'm like, and I played right along and go, really? Oh my gosh, what can you do for me? Well, are you hurt? We can get you to a doctor. You need legal help? We can get you to a lawyer. And I went, oh my gosh, these people are being preyed on that are in an auto accident. They really are. So if you're in an auto accident out there, don't fall for those calls. You know who to call. So,
but what should you do? What are the steps? I mean, you went through it with like all the adrenaline and everything, and obviously an injury.
Obviously the adrenaline. First of all, I got smacked bad by my airbags. All my airbags went out. My car was totaled. So the first thing I did is I just collected myself, and then like muscle memory, it kicked in. First thing I thought of was, I got files in this car. I'm not bleeding. I'm conscious. I said, I got to take care of my clients. That was the first thing that entered my mind was, I have client files in this car. They're all over the car. I said, but I got to get them secured. I got to make sure my clients are protected. That was my first thought. Then my second thought was, took out my camera and I filmed everything. Filmed his car, filmed me, filmed everything, just in case no one took any pictures. Went to the hospital, got checked out, went home. Most people, and I'm not saying this to be braggadocious or anything, most people have the luxury of being able to take off. I didn't. I had to be in front of a federal judge. I had to be in front of a judge, D'Appolito also, and my doctor called me and said, David, I need to check you out. And I said, I got to be in front of a judge. And she goes, can you tell the judge maybe just this one time to wait to see if you're okay? I go, well, I was in a federal judge this morning. She goes, David, let me check you out. Maybe the judge will have some mercy on you. So that's what I did. But you want, and then the aggravation with the insurance. So I always tell people, in your car, right handy is your registration and your insurance. Got to have those. because once you show the registration and insurance, if your car gets towed, you could move that car from the tow yard. I had my insurance card, but because I was so busy collecting all my clients' files, my registration got swept up into the mad dash of getting the files into a briefcase, and so I had to find my registration on one of my clients' files. And
it's a process.
Yeah,
a lot of people deal with it. First off, the most important thing, though, is we're glad you're okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm okay. I have to go to see an orthopod to see whether or not, if in fact I broke my thumb, or they said there might be a bone here or something.
Either way, it doesn't look good. So.
Yeah, and I like to work out, so I haven't been able to do that. And I slept in Monday morning, and it's just not been a good week.
You'll get back on the horse, I promise you. We're out of time, though. Dave, thank you as always.
Thank you, and thank you for the well wishes.
And
And the goodies there.
He still came through with that. Look,